Okay, in this lecture, we're going to look at how we can sort data using more than one rule. Now, often what happens is you sometimes need to sort more than once on the same table. So, let's do two examples and see how we can do this. Right, so the first task we're going to do is sort the table by product in A to Z order and then by quantity in smallest to largest order. So to do this, you select everything and then click on Custom Sort. Okay, so the first column we need to sort by is product. So we go sort by product and we want A to Z order. Now, that bit we already know because we've done a couple of previous examples just using these three values here. So what we need to do now is to add another sort because our task specifies then quantity in smallest to largest order. So to do that, what you need to do is click here, which is add level. So now, if you were to read this, it goes sort by product, sort on values, order A to Z, then by, and this is where we put quantity. And we leave values here, and then smallest to largest we leave because that's what we want as well. So that's how we add more than one rule for sorting in Microsoft Excel. Similarly, if you wanted to delete it, you click here, delete, and it would delete this one. So we've got our two sorts in place. Let's press OK. There. You can see that Microsoft Excel has sorted the table by product in A to Z order, and then by quantity in smallest to largest order. Now to quickly test this, you can see that this is clearly alphabetical, and then within each grouping, the quantity is in smallest to largest. So if we look at calendars, I'm just going to quickly color this just so that it stands out a bit more. I'll pick this color here just to show you guys. There. So for calendars, that's obviously at the top of the table because that's in A to Z order the highest. And then within calendars, our quantity is smallest to largest. Similarly, for phones, for example, if I just highlight this, you can see that within phones, the quantity is in smallest to largest order. So when we say sort the table by column 1, then column 2, where in this case, this was column 1, this is column 2, it will apply the second column's rule after the first column's rule. Okay, so I'm going to take out that colouring. Right. Now, the next question we've got is sort total cost by green, yellow, then red. Okay, so some of you might have noticed that in our lecture where we covered sorting by cell colour, I'm just going to go to the tab here, that basically the level of control we had was that we could either choose a colour to be at the top or the bottom. So we couldn't outwardly say sort by green, yellow, then red. So in this case, in our last example which we did, which was here, we said sort by green being on top. But we didn't say anything about the other colours. So as a result, Excel put red here, then yellow. So it would be nice if we could choose the order in which our colours are sorted in. So I'm just going to go back and show you how we can do that. So we select everything. Right, now our previous sorting is still in. So I'm going to erase them because we want to do a new type of sort. So I go to delete and then delete again. Then I add level and this just resets it to its default values. Okay, so I'm going to select total cost. Then I'm going to select cell color. Now, our task specifies the order of green, yellow, then red. So I'm going to choose green, and I'm going to leave that on top. Now, the next step is where you basically apply the next sort for the color. So I say add level. Now, we're still in total cost, so I'm going to go total cost, go back to cell color, and then select yellow. Now, what I've told Excel here is basically first sort by green, then by yellow. So the color that will be left over will be red. So I'm going to press OK. There. You see that? The table has now been sorted by green, yellow, then red. So another way to look at this is our first sort rule specified green on top. Then we said sort by yellow and keep that on top. So remember what we said previously was that the second sort rule will always be applied after the first sort rule. So in this case, yellow comes in the middle. And the color that was left over was red. So that comes straight at the bottom. Now, again, if you had more rows of data where they didn't necessarily have a color, then you would add that third rule in of sorting by red. And this would then fix your order in. Okay, so just to give you an example of what I meant by that, I've inserted a row of data here on row 14, and I've left that color blank. So in order to fulfill our task, green, yellow, and red, and make sure that we get that order, we then add the third rule to say sort after green and then yellow, sort then by red. So to do that, I select everything, click here. Now the reason I do that is because when we add another sort, we'll get it appearing below. Select total cost, cell color, select red, and then leave that as it is. So now we're telling Excel sort by green, then by yellow, then by red. So when we press OK, we'll end up with row 14 being at the bottom. There. You see that? It's at the bottom, and we've got our order of green, yellow, and red. So that's how you sort by more than one rule, folks. Okay, so that concludes this lecture. Thank you for listening and watching. We have seen how we can sort by more than one rule. We have demonstrated this with two tasks where we sorted the table first by text and then by numbers. And in our second example, we demonstrated how to sort by color, but using more than one rule so that we could get a proper specific sequence order of colors. If there are any questions or queries, please feel free to reach out. Thank you.